On this sacred day, July 30th, 2025, something extraordinary is unfolding in the spiritual realm, a moment so profound that it demands your full attention. The heavens are stirring, and a divine message is being delivered to you, not by chance, but by the deliberate hand of God. Archangel Michael, the mighty warrior of heaven, is trembling not out of fear, but because he carries the weight of a truth that could change your life forever. His tears fall not from doubt, but from the overwhelming love he has for you and the urgency of the miracle that is so close to reaching you. This is not just another day, not just another message you can scroll past. This is a divine interruption, a sacred moment where heaven is calling your name with an intensity that cannot be ignored. You have walked through storms that would have broken others. You've carried pain in silence, held unanswered prayers like heavy chains around your heart. God has seen every tear you shed in the dark, every night you lay awake wondering why life feels so heavy, every betrayal you smiled through even as it tore at your soul. While you thought heaven was silent, God was working behind a veil, orchestrating a moment that would shift the course of your life. There's a reason you're still here, still breathing, still standing, despite everything you've faced. There's a reason this message has found you today, on July 30th, because something has changed in the spiritual realm, and it's time for you to know. God is speaking clearly. A person of immense wealth, power, and influence has seen something about you that has stopped them in their tracks. This isn't just anyone. This is someone with the ability to rewrite destinies, someone whose resources and connections can open doors you've been knocking on for years. They weren't supposed to notice you, but heaven made sure they did. Your name, your face, your story appeared before them in a way they couldn't ignore. Whether in a document, a dream, a vision, or a fleeting moment on a screen. This person, a millionaire with access to circles you've never entered, was shocked by what they saw. They felt a pull, a divine nudge, an unexplainable urge to act, to find you, to help you, to be part of your story. This wasn't an accident. Heaven guided their eyes to you, aligning their soul with yours in a moment that has sparked a spiritual awakening in them. But with this divine connection comes a battle. Archangel Michael is weeping, not because you've failed, but because he sees how close you are to a life-changing breakthrough, and how easily you could miss it if you don't act. He stood before God's throne, crying out for you, pleading for you to recognize the miracle that is already on its way. The enemy knows this window is open, and that's why the past 7 days have felt like a war. People have ghosted you, doors have closed unexpectedly, relationships have turned cold without explanation. You thought it was rejection, but it wasn't. It was redirection. The angels were clearing distractions from your path, ensuring you're ready for what's coming. Today, July 30th, is a marked day, a day when the spiritual atmosphere has shifted in your favor. Michael's tears are not just of sorrow, but of longing, because he knows the magnitude of what's approaching. Angels of documentation, approval, inheritance, and confirmation have formed a circle around your name, preparing the way for a divine reversal. But God is clear. If you treat this as just another message, if you shrug it off as coincidence, the vibration of this moment could pass you by. This isn't just information, it's an alarm from heaven, a call to wake up and align yourself with what's unfolding. The millionaire who has taken notice of you is being spiritually tormented to do what is right. They're not a soft-hearted person by nature, not someone who acts on emotion or impulse, yet something about your story, your energy, your divine calling has stirred them. They've had dreams where your voice echoed, where your sorrow transformed into light. They don't understand why they care so deeply, but their heart is being moved by forces beyond logic. They feel an urgency to find you, to reach you, to act before it's too late. This person recently saw something in image, a letter, a file that wasn't supposed to reach them, but God intercepted the system, ensuring it did. Now they're holding a piece of your destiny, and they're planning their next move. This moment is critical. What they do next could either catapult you into a new season or leave you where you are, depending on how you respond. Your prayers, your faith, your spiritual openness will determine the outcome. Your mother, whether here or in heaven, has cried out for this moment. Your grandmother's whispered blessings still echo in the spiritual realm. Even if your earthly family turned their back on you, your spiritual family in heaven has never left your side. Michael is pleading, this was written before you were born, but you've been delaying it by doubting your worth. The trauma you've carried has convinced you that good things always slip away, that the worst is always around the corner. But God says, not this time. This time is different. This millionaire isn't coming to harm you. They're coming to unlock something hidden for years, something stolen from you, something you thought was lost forever. They're not just offering money, they're offering restoration, justice, and a chance to rewrite your story. They saw your name, your face, your profile, and something inside them broke. They asked, who is this person? Why do I feel this way? And now they're searching for you, driven by a divine compulsion they can't explain. You're not being randomly chosen, you're being divinely retrieved. This moment was prepared long before you were born, but the question is, will you let it pass? Michael is weeping because you've ignored too many signs. You've brushed off the dreams, the repeating numbers, the strange coincidences, the songs that played at just the right moment. Every time you doubt, the weight of your blessing grows, but so does the resistance. Last night, while you slept, this person was in a meeting. Behind closed doors, they discussed a decision to fund something, to investigate something, to trace a forgotten name. Your name came up, and the atmosphere changed. The lights flickered, one person grew nervous, another fell silent, but the person in power felt peace. They said, I want to know more. In that moment, the spiritual realm tilted in your favor. You didn't feel it, but it happened. The demons of delay are trembling because they know this is your hour. Yet Michael is crying because you're still doubting, still treating this like every other moment that didn't come to pass. God says, if you knew what was written for you, you'd never doubt again. This person saw something, a letter that was supposed to be destroyed, an email that should have been lost, a photo buried in archives, a contract, a confession, a record. It changed everything. They've already made a quiet move toward you, sent a messenger you didn't recognize, a nudge you ignored. But they're not giving up, because God is pressing their heart. They keep hearing your name in random conversations, on the radio, in dreams. Today, they almost picked up the phone to call, but heaven stopped them, because you must spiritually acknowledge this moment first. You must open the door with your faith, your prayers, your declaration of belief. Even if nothing changes physically yet, your spiritual response will unlock what's been hidden for 9 years. Yes, Nina, document, a conversation, a sealed agreement that someone thought would never see the light of day. But this person holds the keys, and God has whispered to them, this is not a mistake. You are the carrier. of their restoration. If you ignore this, Michael's weeping will turn to silence, and silence means withdrawal. You'll feel the cold void of a missed destiny. But if you act now, if you pray, if you declare your readiness, heaven will release what's been hovering over you. This person is checking again. They've sent someone to observe you, to see if you're stable, grounded, ready. Your smallest act of faith, saying yes in your heart, praying aloud, declaring your belief, can unlock this miracle. But doubt will cancel it. Delay will blind the angels waiting to assist. This person's team is compiling a profile, and your name is on their list. Heaven is watching. Will you rise into this moment or walk past it? There's a specific item, a name, a phone number, an image, a file being retrieved now, carrying the spiritual frequency of your breakthrough. They've found it, but they haven't confirmed it's you yet. That's why you must speak, claim, and open your spirit. Don't be passive. Don't be skeptical. Michael's tears must not be in vain. God hid you to protect you, not to punish you. You were overlooked to keep you safe from destruction. Now it's time to be seen, not for fame, but for divine purpose. The one who sees you now doesn't see your flaws, they see your light. The money they hold isn't for greed, it's for healing what was stolen. The contract they're holding has an expiration, and if you hesitate, it may pass to someone else. But if you align your spirit now, you'll step into the greatest shift of your life. Michael's tears have stained the scroll of your destiny. He's done all he can. Now it's your choice. This is not just a message, it's a divine wake-up call. The air has changed, the sky has stirred, and a revelation held back for years is breaking through. Archangel Michael is crying because you've ignored too many signs, skipped too many whispers from heaven. The clock is ticking, and this millionaire, this person of power and purpose, is closer than you think. They're being guided to you, but you must meet them halfway with faith. Your name was spoken in a high-level meeting, shown to someone who's been watching a list for years. When they saw you, they stood up in shock, asking, "Where has this person been all this time?" This isn't just about money, it's about a kingdom assignment, a divine promise made before you were born. There are forces trying to keep you in the shadows, but Michael is standing guard, sword drawn, fending off jealous spirits and false accusations. The heavens are rumbling to protect you, to guide you, to awaken you in time. This is urgent. This person hasn't been able to sleep since they saw your name. They feel a conviction, a divine pull to find you, fund you, uplift you. Questions are being asked in rooms you've never entered. Phone calls are happening with your name on the lips of strangers. Some are confused, some are shocked, some are angry. But this one person is moved beyond words. You're connected to them spiritually, tied by an ancient promise that's now coming to life. Your dreams have been strange lately, your mood unpredictable, because your soul knows something is coming. This is the shift you didn't see coming. Michael is crying because you've been wounded, hurt by those who should have protected you, ignored by those who should have embraced you. You doubt every blessing, question every good sign. But God says, do not delay. This is not a trap. This is the fulfillment of a promise, a reward for your suffering. The person watching you is looking for a sign from you. They've sent subtle tests, and they're waiting to see if you're ready. Don't repeat last year's mistake, when you hesitated and missed a divine appointment. This time, the gates are shaking, and heaven is shouting. This is your final warning. The enemy is panicking, because if you listen today, everything changes. The strange messages, random dreams, odd delays, they're not coincidence, they're interference. But if you move now, you'll walk into the greatest season of your life. This person is ready to give, but you must be ready to receive. Michael's tears are a plea for you to prepare, to pray, to align, to speak boldly. They're looking for a confirmation, and this is your moment to say yes. Don't let fear make you miss this. This is not an illusion, it's a divine promise coming through a person of great means. You've been hidden for a reason. Your pain wasn't in vain. The betrayals, the losses, the heartbreak, they shaped you for this hour. This person isn't just a helper, they're a connector, someone who can unlock doors you've been banging on for years. They're drawn to you, fascinated by you, and they want to know more. Michael saw their reaction, heard their words. This person is glowing. Why haven't we heard of them before? The time wasn't right then, but it is now. Don't let the wrong people talk you out of this. Let go of those who don't support you, who compete in secret. They're not meant for this chapter. God is removing names from your circle to make room for destiny partners. This is your divine moment. Heaven is waiting. Angels are holding their breath, and the book of your destiny is at its turning point. Say yes, stand tall, believe again. You were not forgotten, you were hidden for this reveal. Today, July 30th, is the beginning. The millionaire has seen you, they know. Now it's your turn to respond. The divine message delivered on this sacred day, July 30th, 2025, is not merely a fleeting whisper from heaven. It is a clarion call, a celestial summons that reverberates through the spiritual realm and into the very core of your being. Archangel Michael, the mighty guardian of heaven's armies, continues to stand watch over you, his tears falling like sacred droplets of light, not from sorrow alone, but from the profound urgency of what is unfolding. His heart aches because he sees the magnitude of the miracle hovering just within your reach. Yet he knows how easily doubt, fear, or distraction could pull you away from it. This is no ordinary moment. This is a divine intersection where your past, your pain, and your prayers collide with God's promise of restoration. Heaven is leaning in, waiting for your response, and the time to act is now. You've endured seasons of silence, moments when it felt like your cries went unheard, when the weight of unanswered dreams pressed heavily on your soul. Every tear you shed, every whispered prayer in the dead of night, every time you pushed forward despite betrayal or abandonment, God saw it all. He recorded every moment in the scrolls of heaven, and those moments were not in vain. They were forging you, preparing you, shaping you for this very hour. The struggles you faced were not punishments, they were protections, shielding you from premature exposure to a destiny you weren't yet ready to carry. But now, the veil is lifting, and the stage is set. God is saying, you are ready. The time is now. The person of wealth and influence who has taken notice of you is not acting on a whim. This millionaire, this individual with power and resources beyond your current reach, has been divinely guided to your story. They saw something, a photograph, a document, a name, a fleeting image, in a dream that stopped them in their tracks. It wasn't just curiosity that stirred them. It was a spiritual awakening, a divine compulsion that they cannot shake. They've climbed the ladders of success, amassed wealth, and walked in circles of influence. Yet something about you has pierced their heart. They feel an unexplainable responsibility to act, to find you, to ensure that what was meant for you is delivered. This is not about charity or pity, it's about a kingdom assignment, a sacred purpose that ties their destiny to yours. Archangel Michael's tears are a reminder of the spiritual battle surrounding this moment. The enemy has sensed the shift in the atmosphere and is working overtime to cloud your vision. That's why the past week has felt chaotic, relationships strained, opportunities delayed, emotions unsettled. These are not random occurrences. They are deliberate distractions meant to pull your focus from the divine door that is opening. But God is greater than any opposition. The angels are clearing the path, dismantling the barriers, and silencing the voices that would keep you from stepping into this season. Michael stands with his sword drawn, guarding the gates of your destiny, ensuring that no force can steal what God has already declared yours. This person, this wealthy soul, is not acting alone. Heaven has orchestrated a series of events to bring them into your orbit. Perhaps it was a casual mention of your name by a colleague, a forgotten file that surfaced unexpectedly, or a dream that left them restless. Whatever it was, it carried your energy, your light, your divine calling, and it shook them to their core. They've asked questions. Who is this person? Why do I feel this way? Why does their story matter so much? They don't yet fully understand the spiritual weight of their role, but God is guiding them, step by step, toward you. They are not just a benefactor, they are a divine connector. Someone whose resources and influence will unlock doors you've been knocking on for years. But here's the critical truth. This moment requires your participation. God has done his part. The angels have fought for you. Michael has wept for you. The millionaire has been awakened to you. Now it's your turn to respond. You must open your spirit, align your heart, and declare your readiness. This is not about physical action alone. It's about spiritual alignment. Speak aloud your faith. Pray with conviction. Say, I am ready for what God has for me. Even the smallest act of belief, a whispered prayer, a moment of gratitude, a declaration of trust can shift the spiritual atmosphere and unlock the floodgates of heaven's blessings. The number 9 continues to echo in this divine message. 9 years ago, something was hidden, a document, an opportunity, a promise that someone thought would never resurface. But God preserved it, kept it safe, and now it's being retrieved by the hands of this influential person. They hold the keys to your restoration, not because of their wealth alone, but because they've been chosen to carry out a divine mandate. God whispered to them, this is not a mistake. You are part of their story. And they feel it, a stirring, a restlessness, a need to act before the window closes. If you hesitate, if you let doubt creep in, the opportunity could slip away. Michael's tears are a warning. Dan T. Let fear or disbelief rob you of this moment. The enemy has tried to convince you that you're not worthy, that good things are for others, that your time has passed. But God says, not so. This is your time. The millionaire is watching, waiting for a sign from you. They've sent subtle signals, perhaps, a message you overlooked, a connection you didn't pursue, a nudge you dismissed. They're testing the waters, ensuring you're ready to receive what they're prepared to give. Your response, even if it's just a prayer or a moment of faith, will confirm to them that you are the one they've been led to find. Your life has been a testimony of resilience. You've carried burdens others couldn't bear. You've loved when you weren't loved back. You've given when you had nothing left to give. And God has seen every sacrifice, every quiet act of faith. Now he is rewarding you, not with fleeting blessings, but with a divine shift that will change your lineage, your legacy, your life. This millionaire is not just bringing resources, they're bringing validation, restoration, and a chance to step into the purpose you were created for. They see your light, not your flaws. They feel your calling, not your failures. And they are ready to act, but they need you to meet them halfway. The spiritual realm is buzzing with activity. Angels are moving. Documents are being prepared. Conversations are happening in rooms you've never entered. Your name is being spoken with reverence, with curiosity, with divine purpose. The person who saw you is not sleeping well. They're haunted by the thought of you, driven to find you before it's too late. They've told their team, we need to know more about this person. They're searching, investigating, pulling strings to locate you. This is not a casual interest, a divine mission, and you are at the center of it. But there are forces that don't want this connection to happen. There are people in your life, perhaps friends, colleagues, or even family, who sense the shift and are trying to hold you back. They smile to your face, but secretly resent your light. They offer advice that sounds supportive, but subtly discourages you. God is warning you, guard your heart and your space. Not everyone is meant to walk with you into this new season. Some will leave, not because you failed, but because their role in your story is complete. Let them go. God is replacing them with destiny partners, people who will celebrate your rise and support your purpose. The tears of Archangel Michael are a call to action. He has fought for you, stood guard over you, and now he's pleading for you to believe again. You've been hurt, betrayed, overlooked, but those wounds do not define you, they have prepared you. The pain you've carried has shaped you into someone who can handle the weight of this blessing. You are not weak, you are a warrior, forged in the fires of adversity, ready to step into the light of your divine purpose. This moment is sacred, but it is not permanent. The window is open, but it will not stay open forever. The millionaire is moving closer, their hearts stirred by heaven's hand. They're planning something, a conversation, a decision, a transfer that could change everything. But they need to know you're ready. They need to see your faith, hear your prayers, feel your alignment with this divine moment. Don't let the trauma of the past convince you to stay small. Don't let the disappointments of yesterday make you doubt the promises of today. God is saying, this is your moment. Step into it. Your dreams, the ones you buried because they felt too big, are being resurrected. The visions you thought were impossible are coming into focus. The doors that slammed in your face are being replaced with divine invitations. This person, this wealthy soul, is not just a helper, they are a divine collaborator, someone whose resources will amplify your purpose. They're not here to pity you. They're here to partner with you, to fulfill a promise made in heaven before you were born. As you read these words, feel the shift in the atmosphere. The air is different today, charged with divine possibility. Michael's tears are falling, but they are tears of hope, of urgency, of love. He sees the scroll of your destiny, stained with his tears, and he knows how close you are to stepping into it. The millionaire is waiting, the angels are watching, and God is whispering, now is the time. Speak your faith aloud. Pray with boldness. Declare that you are ready. This is not a coincidence, it's a divine appointment. Your name is written in gold, and the heavens are cheering for you to rise. As the day of July 30th, 2025, draws to a close, let your heart be anchored in the truth that heaven has spoken. Archangel Michael's tears are a testament to the love and protection that surround you, a reminder that you are never alone. God has seen your journey, heard your cries, and prepared a miracle that is now within your reach. This is not the end of your story. is the beginning of a new chapter, one filled with restoration, purpose, and divine favor. The millionaire, guided by heaven's hand, is closer than you know, ready to unlock what has been hidden for you. Step forward in faith, open your spirit, and declare that you are ready to receive. The heavens are aligned, the angels are cheering, and God is saying, "This is your time. Embrace it, believe it, live it." If this divine message has stirred your heart, ignited your faith, or awakened your spirit to the miracle unfolding for you on this sacred day of July 30th, 2025, please like and subscribe to stay connected to these powerful revelations. God says, this moment you're about to embrace is a turning point in your story, and yet you've been delaying it. Join us on this journey of faith, trusting in heaven's guidance and love. If you feel led to support this ministry and help us continue sharing these life-changing messages, consider a super thanks donation of up to $20. Your generosity will amplify the reach of God's word and bless others who need to hear it. With all my love, may you walk boldly into the divine purpose God has for you, surrounded by His grace and peace today and always.